Hi everybody, this is Martin and welcome back to another weekly video. This one's really important, guys. I've gotten some questions recently about support and resistance zones, and we're going to show you how to draw them correctly. Now, there is some misunderstanding as far as what they actually are. What are the support and resistance zones? Where do you find them on your charts? I mean, just take a look here. I'm going to use my drawing tool. I'm drawing in all kinds of levels here. So our support and resistance zones actual price levels are the lines on your chart that you extend forward, okay? Where do you draw the bottoms, the tops? Some questions regarding different support and resistance zones on different time frames, because everyone trades on different time frames, and are they the same from one time frame to the other, and so on. And finally, how are they used as far as your trading strategy is concerned? So, before we can start, I first want to welcome all viewers, new and old, especially from here, Toronto, Canada. That's where I reside in. I'm a proud Canadian trader, and also all my new subscribers from around the world. So thank you very much for viewing this video, and hopefully many more to come. If you want to reach me anytime, you can email me here down below. You can see mskyj007@gmail.com. Okay, so let's take a look here at this diagram right here. Support and resistance zones are the basis for technical analysis. Now, I'll explain what I mean in the next couple of slides, but right now I just want to give you a brief introduction. So, a resistance zone is a ceiling, okay? And you can see I've got another word. Ceiling, okay, is the same as resistance, and another word for support is the floor, okay? So this is the basis for trend trading, or even if you're trading channels between the support and resistance. But as far as trend trading is concerned, which, by the way, I'm a trend trader, okay? So I'm waiting for price to come up and break through this area, which is actually resistance, okay? However, once price comes back down to test this area, it changes its name to support, okay? So breaking in an uptrend, price is breaking through the resistance, and while it's coming back to retest it, I'm waiting for a bounce off the support for price to go higher, and I'm looking to get in to buy right here. That's what trend traders do, okay? So again, in an uptrend, look to buy at or near areas of support. Now, in a downtrend, you're waiting for price to break through this area, this level, which is actually called support, because remember, as price is going down, when it hits different levels, it's the support or the floor. But price finally does break through in a strong downtrend, comes back up to retest. It's now called resistance, and we're looking for continuation to the downside, and therefore looking to sell here at or near resistance. So again, in a downtrend, look to sell at or near areas of resistance, okay? Now, on a chart, this is what a chart looks like, okay? Basically, support and resistance zones form the basis of trending patterns, okay? And as price is bouncing off support and coming through resistance, and again bouncing off resistance, coming back down to support, and doing this kind of pattern, this is a strong trending uptrend pattern. Price is producing what's called up and down cycles, and this is normal in market flow or price structure. So price here, you can see, is making a higher high to a lower high. This higher high is higher than this lower high, and of course this low, as price comes back down, this low is higher than this low. And so as price moves in these cycles, this is what forms the uptrend, okay? Now, in a downtrend, it's the same thing, just in opposite, in reverse. And you can see price here is is coming back down, and you can see making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So again, this is the basis of a downtrend, and that's how support, you can see here on an actual price chart, this is how price moves between support and resistance areas. Okay, now we're going to move right in, and we're going to actually look at charts. And the very first thing that we have to do, look above the charts, and you can see these two buttons right here. These are the chart shift buttons. They have to be disabled. Right now, they are bright in color. We want to make them darker. Okay, we're going to do that in a second. This is a normal price chart. They're candlesticks. Okay, and instead of the other type of charts that you can use, I use candlesticks because they're a lot easier to see. Okay, white bars mean that the buyers are in control, and the black bars are bearish, where the sellers are in control. Right now you can see basically prices trending up higher. Okay, so this is what you would see on the chart, and what we want to do is disable these two buttons, because right now if you're trading or looking at your charts during market hours, the chart is actually moving forward one bar at a time. So you want to freeze the charts, and that's the purpose of disabling these two buttons. You want to freeze the charts so that you can work on them. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, that's I've done that. So I've frozen the charts by disabling these. They're darker in color now. And now we're going to go to the very first step. Okay, step one, right over here. Change your charts to line charts to eliminate all the noise and clutter. Okay, this is the candlestick charts. I'm going to go up to this tool and take a look, guys. Above your chart are all the toolbars, and this is the line chart button right there. You see line charts? This is the candlestick, which I've got engaged right now, but I'm going to shift it. I'm going to switch it by clicking on that, and you can see what happened. I've now drawn a line. So this line represents the closing price of all the candles, but it makes it super easy to draw the support and resistance, because that's the very first thing you want to do. Okay, step number 2. We want to change your charts to a higher time frame to see the bigger picture. You want to draw significant key levels on the higher time frame. So just to explain that, I normally use the daily charts to trade off of. That's the daily charts where I look for signals, and according to my strategy, and that's where I would enter a trade. But I'm going to now switch to a higher time frame to see key levels of support and resistance. And in this case, the next higher time frame would be the weekly chart. Okay, now if you were trading, let's say on the daily, if you were trading lower time frames, let's say you're taking trades off the 15-minute or 5-minute candle or 30-minute candle, you definitely want to switch your charts to a higher time frame, meaning at least the 4-hour time frame, even the hourly. Okay, to draw your key levels. Okay, I've already switched my chart from the daily to the weekly. You can take a look up here. Here's the weekly, and this is the line that corresponds to the closing price of all the candles on a weekly chart. Okay, step 3. We're going to use the horizontal tool found on the toolbar above your chart. You will use this tool to draw the support and resistance lines with this tool. Okay, take a look at my mouse cursor. Right up here is the horizontal line tool. Okay, we will be clicking on that to draw the actual lines. Okay, and I want you to understand where to find that. Again, you're going to have to play around with your charts. These are the MT4 trading platform that we use for all of our trading. Okay, before we actually draw the lines, the levels on our chart, I want you to pay attention to this important thing. We are looking for what's called peaks and valleys. So you can see here's a peak, here's another peak, okay? This is a valley, These, okay. We're looking for significant peaks and valleys after a good run up. So price runs up. Here it forms a significant peak, and this is where price turns around. This is where power shifts from buyers to sellers. Sellers bring it down, but then buyers come back in to bring it up. Price stalls here at this level. Look at the mountain peaks, okay? And when I say peaks, I'm talking about a mountain. So as you climb a mountain, you get to the top of the mountain, which is called a peak. As you come down a mountain, you get into what's called the valley before climbing back up again, okay? So you can look at the valleys right over here. We have a peak, and what we're looking for are peaks and valleys that join together. So here's a good example, a peak joining together with a valley, and then finally up there as well. Okay, step 5, guys. Step 5, starting at the bottom left side of the chart, we want to join the peaks and valleys. If you can join peaks and valleys at the same time and draw your line, then that's a good key level. So that's what we want to see. Draw your lines as you move up the chart from the bottom to the top, okay? And I'll explain what this means in a minute. Leave the little grab boxes on the lines, okay? Okay, guys, here's the line chart. Now we're going to use the horizontal tool right up here. Going to click on that and look at this. There we go. I want to actually change the color just for a second because take a look here, horizontal line property. I right-clicked on this line. I want to change it to an orange because I want to make this a bright color that you can see, okay? So now another one, I'm looking for peaks and valleys, guys. Take a look here. See, once you draw the line, it automatically draws a line all the way across, and this peak corresponded to this valley. So that's really good. That's a good one. Let's do another one. Horizontal line tool. Take a look here. Here's a peak. Here's a peak. Here's a valley. Let's draw another one up here. Okay. And I may want to draw one more. So starting from the bottom to the top, I forgot this one. Let me just remove that. Delete. Horizontal tool, guys. There it is. Okay, so I've got my peaks, I've got my valleys, peak, valley. I've drawn as many as I can. At this stage, you don't have to be perfect. Don't worry about that at all. You don't have to be perfect, okay? It's more important just to be able to draw these key levels right now. Okay, step number 6, we're moving right along. Switch your charts back to the lower time frame. So in my case, I was my working chart where I look for the signals is my daily. I did switch to the higher time frame, which was the weekly, to draw my lines. Now I'm going to go back to the daily. Okay, guys, you can see this is the daily chart now where I've got already my weekly levels on here. And this next part is really crucial and really important, but it's simple to do. So just pay attention and follow me. Okay, this is step number 7. We're going to repeat the process over again on the daily chart. So starting on the bottom left side of the chart, draw new lines near your first set of lines to fine-tune your support and resistance zones. And this is the part that will define a zone. So far we've been drawing lines, price levels, but now we're going to define the zones, okay? This is important. Use a different color for these lines. Okay, I'm going to go back to the top here, use the horizontal line tool. I'm going to click on that, and this is what I want to do. We want to catch the little peaks and valleys we missed, okay? But we want to draw them really close to the orange lines that I drew on here. These are the weekly levels. So starting at the bottom left here, we're going to go up, okay? And horizontal line tool, and right over here, we could draw this, okay? But I want to change. I want to change the colors, so I want to make sure that these are the lines that were drawn, that you will see that were drawn on the daily chart. So horizontal line properties, click on that, and just a second. I'm going to change them to a lighter color, maybe slightly thinner line. Okay, right there. Now, let's go this way. Okay. draw another one close to that. So you see that right there? I caught that peak. I caught these valleys. Let's do another one. So just draw what you can see on the chart. Horizontal line tool right there. You see this peak right here, caught this valley and caught that valley. So that is pretty darn good. Okay, step number 8. This is important. Now, switch your charts back from your line charts to your candlesticks. Okay, so we're going to switch the charts once more from the line charts. Okay, above the tool, we're going to go back to this part of the toolbar. This is line charts. This is candlesticks. So we want to change the line chart to the candlestick. Follow my cursor, click on that, and there we go. Now we can see, have a better look at what's going on. Between the two colored lines, the orange are the weekly levels. They're the key levels that help us draw the lighter colored lines here, the silver colored lines. They're from the daily chart. So this is where we now adjust the lines. We can fine tune them. Okay, starting at the bottom here, I'm just going to do this, okay? Right here, I'm going to see the grab handles. I forgot to tell you, take a look right here at the end of the lines are little square boxes. You want to keep them on. So when you draw the line, these lines actually, these boxes stay on. They allow you to grab just with the left click, grab the mouse or the line, and you're able to move it, right? So we'll leave that there, but I want to move this one. Just a second. And if you don't see the little box, you can click on the line once again, and I want to adjust it. See, that caught the peak here, caught the valley. Okay, so that's not bad over there. Take a look over here. I just want to raise this up a little bit higher. Right there, caught the peak. When I caught the peak here, I also automatically, this line got the valley right over here. See, so this is pretty good here. Now, the next thing is to enable your chart shift button. So once you've done all of this, you've drawn your two lines of all the different levels, you want to enable these two buttons. So that was step number 9. Remember to enable both chart shift buttons at the top of the toolbar above your charts. And the reason is because if you're trading in live time, you want to unfreeze your charts. They've been frozen now to allow you to work on the charts to put the lines on, but now you want to make sure that the chart is actually live, so it's shifting forward one candle at a time, okay? And the next thing here, step number 10, you can adjust your zones as the candles move forward in real time, okay? So this is what I mean. Right now, this is the weekend, so my charts are not moving because the market is actually closed. But you can see as price moves left, new price bars form. You can see where you can actually see what's happening here, and as price is breaking above the resistance here. You can use this as trading. You can use these zones for trading because, from here, price is actually moving from this zone, this area to here, and then from here below again, support, and again, from here may go higher and then higher again, right? I mean, that's how price is moving. But I just want to move the chart forward so you can see how the zones that we've drawn kind of respected the areas, okay? Here we had a bit of a false breakout, and you can always adjust. So when you see after the fact, you can adjust this down and adjust this down like that, okay? Here, take a look to your left, you can adjust this up and up. So in case price comes back up again, this will be more accurate, okay? And take a look down here. You can see right here, we're pretty good here, just this down, okay? So you can see price came down in a big way, tested this area, and take a look. This was drawn in, remember, right at the beginning of our exercise when we drew in the line. So look at how price respected that support, bounced up, Okay, we didn't have another silver line there on the daily, but take a look. Price came, I'm just going to move it forward, okay, just to show you. Price came down to test the support, came back up to test the resistance zone, down, price is exhausting. This is an exhaustion level. Price then bounces up off of support, up higher again. You can see what's going on, and again how this area was respected. So guys, that's basically how you draw the support and resistance zones. And let me just take that off, and I'm going to show you something really quickly because I'm almost out of time, right? But let's go here. Okay, if you wanted to have a system, just you put on a simple moving average. Okay, I'm going to show you if I can find. You can put on whatever moving average you want. Okay, just a second. Okay, I've attached a moving average. You can see it in the blue line here. It's just a 20 simple. However, you have to play around with it according to your strategy. And you can see the strategy, simple strategy would be taking a look at the support and resistance zones up here. You would wait for price to move above your moving average and above the zone, your support zone. So you'd be looking to enter a trade here. Okay, another entry continuation once price breaks the resistance here. This is dynamic resistance, but comes above the blue moving average and above the support zone here. Another entry would be there again. Just showing you again, and take a look, see how this price respects the moving average. So again here, price moves down below this blue line. This could be an area for an entry as well, and because price broke below the support here, so that could be an area of entry. This is a really good area for entry. You can see price came back to test the resistance, broke down again through the support, right? And look at that entry, and price also stayed below the blue line. So great place for a great place for an entry. And again, let me just take that off. On and on and on again. So again, look at this right here, guys. One last one I'm going to draw for you. Here, price came down to test this support area. There's exhaustion right here. The price then comes up above this blue line, and there is a beautiful entry candle. You would have made all those pips all the way up to here, right? Again, according to your strategy, you'd have to look at where you take profits and so on and so forth. But that's just a simple way to use the support and resistance zones, guys, along with a simple moving average. So this is not that difficult, okay? Okay, guys, we're almost finished here. I have a question for you, and I thank you very much for watching the video. Do you trade using support and resistance zones, and how so? I would love your feedback in the comments section below the video. I'd really appreciate that if you can do that for me. And finally, again, this is me just saying goodbye. We're almost finished here. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe and the like buttons. I really would appreciate that. I'm trying to grow this channel, okay? I believe I'm providing you with some tremendous content. Unlike anywhere else on the internet, you know, the way I describe things hopefully is fairly easy for you to understand. So don't forget to subscribe right here and click on the bell to actually get the videos in your inbox, and don't forget to comment. Okay, so provide me with some comments. I'll reply to them. And guys, I want to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching the this weekly video, and we'll have another one for you for next week. Take care. Bye for now.